Welcome to NFL News Update, where touchdowns meet headlines. Stay in the game with the freshest NFL updates. This is your quick dive into football fervor.
Geno Stone found a home in Baltimore, becoming a full-time playmaker at safety in the Ravens secondary. Heading into free agency, the 24-year-old hopes he doesn't have to move. At the end of the day, Baltimore is always home, but business is business, he told NFL Network's Patrick Claybon Tuesday on NFL Total Access. You know that being in this league this long, I've been through it all, especially my rookie year. I just want to be somewhere I'm appreciated, who wants me, and for me to be a starter, whatever it may be, I just want my value to be there. That Iowa product entered the NFL as a 7th-round pick of the Ravens in 2020. During his rookie season, he bounced around the team's practice squad, participating in 2 games, had a stint on the reserve/COVID-19 list, and was ultimately waived in December. Houston claims Stone, but he didn't play a snap for the Texans. Stone returned to the Ravens in 2021, where he played as a reserve and special teamer. In 2022, he saw his role increase, making 7 starts. In 2023, he became a full-time player, starting 11 games, generating 7 interceptions, 9 passes defended, and 68 tackles from his safety position. In 4 seasons, Stone has earned just shy of $5 million total. Heading to free agency, he has a chance to cash in. There will be more prominent names on the market come March, and 7th-rounders rarely outgrow their pre-draft status in the eyes of many scouts. But Stone could provide value, particularly for clubs that like to deploy more 3 safety looks. With his former coordinator, Mike McDonald, now head coach in Seattle, Stone could have options. Stone credited former Ravens teammate Anthony Levine, an undrafted free agent who, like Stone, had to overcome his draft status to carve out an NFL career, with keeping him focused on the job at hand. I just had great vets around me really, he said. I had a guy, Anthony Levine, that was next to me every day and preaching what to do. I just kind of followed what he did. His lead. He was in the league for 12 years, so I had a guy like that to lean on. And guys like Chuck Clark, the other guys I could name, but I'll say Anthony Levine was probably the main one. The guy that had been through the kind of same process I was going through and kind of just staying by his side and picking his brain each day. He told me one day, he said, "You're gonna make it one day. Just make sure you're going through the process and stay humble." The Ravens have a host of key free agents on the defensive side of the ball, including the likes of Justin Mandibike, Jadeveon Clowney, Patrick Queen, Stone, and others. How the front office prioritizes those pending free agents will influence whether Stone returns to Baltimore or starts a new chapter elsewhere. Saints Dennis Allen. New offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak runs one of best schemes going in NFL right now. New Orleans Saints head coach Dennis Allen is banking on new offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak revamping the offense to such a degree it gets the club back on track after missing the postseason the past 2 seasons under his helm. Allen joined NFL Network's The NFL Report with Steve Witch and James Palmer on Tuesday, saying he believes the offense Kubiak runs is among the best in the NFL. I felt like Clint Kubiak was obviously the person of choice, Allen said. I've known Clint for a long time. I feel like I've known the family for probably over 20-30 years. I remember watching Clint's dad, Gary, play quarterback back at Texas A&M growing up. I feel like I've known this family. I feel like I've known this scheme for a long time. And I feel like this is the best scheme that gives your players the best chance to have success that's going in the National Football League right now. The offense is sure to look similar to that of Kubiak's father, Super Bowl-winning coach Gary Kubiak. Clint was an offensive assistant with the Broncos from 2016 to 2018. He then joined the Minnesota Vikings as quarterbacks coach under then offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski in 2019. Kubiak was elevated to Vikings OC in 2021, replacing his retired father. In 2022, he was named passing game coordinator and quarterbacks coach in Denver under Nathaniel Hackett. Kubiak eventually took over play-calling duties midway through the season. The 37-year-old then spent 2023 as the San Francisco 49ers passing game coordinator. I think Clint is highly intelligent. He's an extremely hard worker, Allen added. I think we've put together an outstanding staff, with a little bit of mixture of older veteran coaches that have been there done that, with some younger, progressive mindset type of guys, and I think it's gonna be a great mixture for our organization. The key for Kubiak is getting the most out of quarterback Derek Carr, who experienced a roller coaster first season in New Orleans. When hiring a new OC, Allen said he discussed the options with Carr and felt Kubiak's offense would best fit the quarterback's skill set. I think Derek is going to do exceptionally well, Allen said. I thought there was a point in time this past season where we started incorporating a little more of the play-action passing game, and I really felt like that's where our offense started to take off. I thought that's where Derek really kind of started to take off. I've had communication with Derek throughout this process and talked to him about some of the different candidates that we were bringing in. His brother David had played for Gary in Houston, and that was David's last year in Houston. I was a little bit concerned that maybe that wouldn't go over that great, and David had some really good things to say about the offensive scheme, and about how he really appreciated the scheme and the things that they were doing, and really enjoyed playing for Gary, and felt like if there's some similarities, which I think there's a ton between Gary and Clint, that it was gonna be a great fit. So I'm really kind of excited about that. Allen is banking on Kubiak jump-starting the offense. Otherwise, they'll all likely be looking for new jobs in 2025.